Want to do some splits with me? So this is just going to be a super quick little 15-minute tutorial. Hopefully I can keep it down to that amount. And it's all functional stuff, so it's good for stability, but just creating a balanced amount of flexibility. Because as some of you will know, the back of the hamstrings, there's 4 of them, so often we can be quite tight through the inside and be okay through the outside, or vice versa. So we're going to look at that and create a bit of a balance through the back there. So what would be useful, if you've got a strap, grab it. If you don't, either a tea towel or like an exercise towel, something that's kind of fine and longish. Yeah, so a strap or a tea towel or exercise towel, and then a block or maybe a large book or a couple of large books could be really good. So you can stack them. So just grab some stuff and we'll give everyone just a couple of tips to get ready. Block, strap, that's all you need. Hello Zaylee. Hi Karen. Awesome, it's just a nice little length of time, isn't it? 15 minutes. Nice specific little session. Hi Louise, do some splits with me. Awesome. So I was just saying, if you didn't hear that, grab a strap and a block, or a couple of blocks would be good, or some books. All right, we're going to go. So starting down on your back, grab your strap or your tea towel or your exercise towel, whatever works, and just come on down. Give your knees a little squeeze, maybe a little rock and roll. Good, and then once you've eased out any kinks there, come to a centre position. You want to keep your hips nice and heavy through this, alright? Extend the right leg out. You're going to loop the right foot into your strap. So the left leg you can choose, it can stay flat here for now, or you might want to stretch that out. So we're going to be quite active here. I want you to pull your toes back towards your face and pull that strap down towards the floor. At the same time, you're sort of pushing the foot into the strap. So there's quite a bit of activity there. Feel that heel lengthening up towards the ceiling. And then just get rid of any unnecessary tension around the shoulders. Let the shoulders drop back to the floor. Let your chin tuck in so the neck can drape. And just feel that energy right up through the foot and that energy down through the hip. Stay there. All I want you to do is just rotate the toes in. The toes come in, the heel pushes out. So you start to feel some sensation down the outer leg. If you've got any sort of sciatic issues, maybe a micro bend through the knee will just help any sort of pulling around the hips there. Lower back. Awesome, take another breath. And then do the opposite, turn the toes out and the heel in. Keep driving the foot away and pushing the hip down at the same time. So now the sensation comes in through the inner seam of the leg. Lots of breath here. Awesome. And then bring the leg back to neutral. You're going to bring the strap into the left hand. Keep the right hip heavy. Just carry that right leg as far as you can without peeling the hip off. Just across your body. Going to take a long breath in. And a full breath out. Awesome. Keep going. Peel the hip off and just push the foot out to about hip height. So the leg's still hovering, you're still active here. Right shoulder heavy. Take a breath in. As you exhale, push that foot away from you. Awesome. Inhale, come back up to the center. Exhale, swap the hands over. Bring the left hand to the left hip bone. And then start to carry the right leg out to the side. Keep that left hip heavy. Now if you're quite open here, you can pull that right foot up towards your shoulder to get a little bit more of a stretch there. Find a balance between effort and ease. Take a long breath in. Full breath out. And inhale, bring it back up to center. Good, release it down, give it a little shake. Notice the two sides, the sensations. And then hook the left foot with your strap and stretch it up to the sky. Good, 3 or so breaths here. Left hip nice and heavy. We tend to sort of hitch it up a little bit. So really drop the outer hip down, push the foot away and pull the strap down towards you. Lots of energy in all directions, yeah? Cool, take another breath here. Keep that energy and just rotate the toes in towards your right shoulder and the heel out. Just feel how that sensation shifts. Again, just play with the slight micro bend through the knee so that you're not really locking the knee shut. Beautiful. And then do the opposite, rotate the toes out towards your left shoulder and your heel in. Energy down through the left hip, energy out through that left foot. Breath in and breath out. Good, bring the leg, the hip back to neutral. Keep the left hip heavy and just carry the foot across your body. So you're holding the strap with the right hand just as far as you can without peeling the hip off. Just a breath here. Relax the shoulders down. Good, then keep going. Peel the hip off and take the foot down to about hip height. Keep energizing the foot away from you and sort of drawing that left hip back a little. Energy down the outer leg here. Beautiful. Then carry the leg back up to center. Swap the strap into the other hand. Anchor the right hip. And then slowly carry that left leg out to the side. Again, you can pull the foot up towards the shoulder or have it further out to the side if you like. Keep anchoring the right hip. Shoulders down. Push the heel away, take another breath. And then inhale back up to center. Good, give those legs a little shake. Give the knees a squeeze. And then make your way up to sitting. We're going to come around into tabletop position. And from here, you're going to step your right foot up between your hands. Knee over the ankle. Take your breath in and drop the hips down, lift the heart up. So this is like cat and cow, but we're incorporating some movement in the legs. So you're lifting up through the collarbones, opening through the heart. And then as you exhale, keep this belly and thigh connection. Peel the front toes off and just go as far as you can. So that knee might still be quite bent. Keep the spine long as your number one goal. So you might be right back there, or you might just be halfway. Cool, let's roll through that a few times. So inhale, hips sink down, heart lifts up. And exhale, bowing back, send the hips back. Inhale, rolling forward. Exhale, sliding back, right outer hip pushes back, yeah? Last one, inhale, coming forward. And exhale, slide back and just hold here for 3. Notice where the hips are, notice if you've tipped off to the side. Try to keep them side by side there as you breathe. Last one. Good, then roll back onto the foot, take a breath. And slowly make your way back to tabletop. Notice the two sides there. And then step the left foot up between the hands. Knee over the ankle to start. Feel the pelvis. So think about the pelvis as a whole. Try not to just dip one side. So taking both sides of the pelvis forward and down. So that left hip might have to press back a little. And then keep that belly to thigh connection, the spine long. Send the sit bones back just as far as your long spine will allow you. Yeah, so maybe that knee's quite soft here. Then rolling through the two with your breath. Inhale. Exhale, sliding back. Inhale, rolling forward. Exhale, sliding back. One more round. Inhale. Exhale. Stay there. Take a deep breath in. And a full breath out. Really thinking about the fibers, muscle fibers on the backs of the legs. Just lengthening. And slowly make your way forward. Just linger there for a moment. And tuck your toes at the back. We're going to get back to downward dog. Maybe just pedal the feet out here, the heels. Relax the head, give the hips a wiggle. And from down dog, inhale the right leg up to the sky. And just let the hip just naturally roll open there. And then walk your hands about halfway back to that foot. And just see if you can melt your chest back towards that left leg a little bit. Stay there or keep playing and walk the hands further back towards that left foot. Bowing your body into the left leg and lifting the right leg sky high. And then start to look forward. Walk the hands back to that downward dog split movement and step the right foot between the hands. Same action here than we did before. Inhale, drop the hips. Now the back knee is lifted. Keep those quads on, yeah? Exhale, slide the hips back. Inhale, bend the knee, open the heart. And exhale, sliding the hips back. Knee can stay soft, yeah? Inhale, bend the knee. Exhale, slide it back. Inhale, bending, coming forward. Downward facing dog, step back. Inhale, lift the left leg up. And exhale, just walk the hands about halfway back to that right foot. Send your chest towards that right thigh. And lift the left leg. Stay there or keep walking those hands back into your down dog, into your standing split with an external rotation. Press the right outer hip back. Good. Then look forward and start to walk the hands back forward. Inhale there. And exhale, step the foot forward. Inhale, drop the hips, lift the heart. Keep the back leg strong. Exhale, slide the hips back. Inhale, roll forward. Exhale, slide back. Inhale, roll forward. Exhale, slide back. Hips high, heart heavy. Inhale, come forward. Downward dog, exhale. Inhale, lift the right leg up. Exhale, step the foot forward. Crescent lunge, push down through the front heel, core on, reach the arms up. Warrior two, spin the back heel down, open your arms like wings. You're going to straighten the legs, breathe in, and then breathe out. Send the sit bones back as you reach forward. So you can just tap your fingertips or the hand into the inner shin there, and use the hand there to lift the body out as opposed to sinking into the leg. Cool, maybe reach that left arm overhead for the last long breath. Really push down through both legs. Good, feel the left pinky toes pushing down. That's it, then inhale, come on up. Turn the toes forward to the side of your mat. Hands to hips, hinge from the hips and come forward into your forward fold here. Push down through pinky toes, bow the head. So as you push down through the pinky toes, feel that stretch coming up the outer seam of the legs. And just let the head hang, let the spine decompress. One more breath. And then inhale, push into the hands, look forward. Exhale, bring yourself up, core engaged. Turn those right toes forward. Step the left foot in just about a foot distance, and then hinge from your hips and bow over that leg. So here's where you could use a block or anything you've got there to bring the floor up to you if the floor seems like a long way away. And again, just the slightest or a bit more of a micro bend there is going to help protect you from pulling into just that tightest area. Good, so think about where the hips are, gently pull the right hip back, the left hip forward, the body, upper body is released. Awesome. Bend the knee, slide the back foot back into your lunge once again, and then we'll step back to down dog. Let's do that on the other side. Inhale, left leg lifts up. Exhale, step forward. Crescent lunge, drive down to lift up. Warrior two. Inhale, straighten that left leg. Exhale, send the sit bones back as you reach to the left foot. Inhale, tap the left fingertips down. And exhale, just sink down through the left side ribs a little bit. Good, push down through the right foot so you feel that stretch up the outer leg there. One more breath, eyes up or down, reach overhead. And then inhale, come on up. Alright, this time instead of the forward bend, turn the heels in and the toes out. Coming into that goddess pose or horse stance. I don't know how one pose can have two such different names. So take your pick. Hands to thighs, or if you're quite open, you might even bring those fingertips to the floor. But keep wrapping those knees back and those hips underneath you, just like a plie as opposed to a squat for my ballerinas out there. Alright, turn those toes in, bow forward for a moment, and then just slowly make your way back up. Alright, turn to the left toes, hands down, step back to downward dog. One more little short flow here. Lift the right leg up, inhale. Exhale, step to the outside of the right hand. So the toes are pointing out, the knee and the hip, drop the back knee down. Bring your right hand to your right knee, roll the right shoulder open so you've got a nice little rotation there. Both hips are dropping heavy, right and left. Stay there or reach for the left foot behind you to really stretch into those hip flexors and quads on the left side. Keep that right shoulder down, the heart open. One more breath and really squeeze the foot into your glutes. Hello. Cool. Alright, slowly, kindly release it. Wriggle the right foot into the center. Here's the pièce de résistance, or however you say it. Toes wriggling into the center. You're going to peel those front toes off and slide the hips back, just as we did in the warm-up. So that's where you can start. Or, if you want to go further, start to wriggle the foot forward, grab that block or whatever you've got, a foam roller, couple of books, and just come to somewhere where you're not at your complete end range. What that does, especially for those of you that are quite open here, is enable you to really work out where your hips are, as opposed to just dropping into an end range. And then you might be able to just hug that right hip in a little bit more and have a lot more of a balanced stretch. So it's not all ego then, right? Alright, so if you want to go further, last couple of breaths. Alright, and then walk back up. Tuck the toes at the back if you can. Really use your core. Scoop the foot up underneath you. And back to downward dog. Yep, we're dancing. Wiggle those feet up. Out. Inhale the left leg to the sky. And exhale, step it out to the left pinky finger. Toes, knee and hip turn out. Deep breath. Drop down through the left hip as well as the right. Left hand to left knee, roll that left shoulder open. Notice if it feels different on this side. Grab the foot at the back if that works for you. And if you can, and if it's reasonably easy, give it a good squeeze. So there should be some intensity here. One more breath. And then kindly release it. Bring yourself round, wriggle the left toe back in line with the left hip. Grab your supports and then wriggle that left foot out. Come down and just rest the thigh if you can on 1, 2, 3, 4 supports, whatever you need. And then just check in with where the hips are here. Think about that left outer hip just gently rolling back. Think about your exhale dissolving tension. And the last couple of breaths, maybe exploring it further from a place of your body inviting you to, as opposed to a place of force or of desire. Take a breath. Beautiful. And then moving onto the left hip, just circle the right leg out in front. Lift up onto your sit bones. Inhale, reach the arms up. And then exhale, lay yourself over your legs. Feel free to bend your knees. And then just notice how this feels as opposed to maybe when you've done it before. Is there a little more space you can drop into? Take another breath here. Then slowly make your way up. Come onto your back. 2 counter poses and we're done. So we're going to come into a nice back bend, which is going to counter all of that back body work by opening the entire front line. So whether you're coming into bridge with your hands underneath you or into full wheel with your hands next to your face. Come on up, 3 big breaths. And really focus on just stretching the skin of the front of the body, the belly, the heart, the fronts of the hips. Deep breath in. Full breath out, shoulders down your back. Plug open the heart. One more. And then slowly make your way down to here. Awesome. Hug the knees into the chest. Take the knees over to the right. Adjust the hips. A nice little twist. Feel free to take any variation of twist that you fancy. And then inhale back up. Exhale, knees over to the other side. And slowly make your way up to a comfortable seat. Awesome. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you had fun and I hope you learned something about your hamstrings maybe. You can go back and do this one as many times as you like. You get heaps of benefit from it. And be sure to share it with any friends you think might enjoy it as well. Open to requests for these little mini sessions, so let me know if there's something that springs to mind you'd like to learn more about specifically, a little tutorial, and I will see you again soon.